what I spoke about in 2016 and 2020, and the Ghanaian people did not listen to, today they are listening to it from the bigger parties.
What are some of those messages?
24-hour economy.
Okay. You are the one brought...
I spoke about it 2016, 2020. So if you go and take my manifesto, it's there. Like a digitalization, I spoke about e-governance in 2016, 2020.
But you seem to have the ideas. You seem to have all the ideas.
Yes, I have. We're going to talk about them. I'm going to narrate them one after that and tell you policies. Maybe they shouldn't steal them before the time again.
Hopefully.
Yes,
Hopefully.
because I'm going to tell you how we're going to change this country. And per this constitution, you cannot hold office of vice president at the same time hold office of...
So you are suggesting that he steps down?
Yes.
This is a continuation of our extensive chat with the founder of the APC, Dr. Hassan Ayariga. My name is Etsey Atisu, and this is Election Desk on Ghanaweb TV. Doc, I want us to continue from where we left off the last time. Right. And you look like a man who wants to give jobs to people. The Ghana Statistical Service said as of the third quarter of 2023 that there were some 2 million youth without jobs. Yeah. How are you going to satisfy, for instance, these 2 million gap that's in our employment sector?
You see, I spoke about the production, manufacturing, and industrial hub. When you sleep more than you work, you definitely have deficits in job creation. When you begin to produce, to export, you are creating jobs in both sectors. In the sector of agri, you are increasing productivity. In the sector of manufacturing, you are increasing productivity. In the sector of export, you are increasing productivity. In the sector of farming, you are increasing productivity. We have over the years been importing everything that we consume. If we change our consumption pattern to begin to consume what we produce and manufacture, we will increase the job to the extent that we will need foreigners from the outside Ghana to come and support our 3-shift system of 24-hour economy. Basically, what is it that we are not doing? We are not manufacturing, we are not producing, and we are not industrializing. Any country that has gained economic independence and power has these 3 sectors, have their job creation centers. Finally, what I intend to do is to create job centers nationwide.
Job centers?
Nationwide. If you look at my manifesto, there's a portion where I said I'm going to have job centers nationwide.
What would these job centers do?
Job centers nationwide is going to be facilities, offices, institutions, where companies that begin to produce and exist in Ghana and manufacture in Ghana do not need to scout for workers anymore, and workers do not need to go to companies to look for jobs. The job center is going to be the facilitator between companies and workers. So if you have a company and you need workers, you keep, because of our data system that we're going to use, everything is going to be on data. So you key in the positions that you need into the job centers. The job centers then now, the youth of this country who do not have jobs will now, any part of the country, there will be a job center office. You just walk into the job center, you search for the kind of job you need. No more corruption, no more pay for jobs, no more sex for jobs, no more money for jobs anymore. So you just go in, computers are there, you buy your airtime or your credit or whatever, and then you just go in and scout, and you have a job you're looking for, and you can be scheduled an interview to go. This is the kind of country I want to run. I want to run a country where institutions are powerful than human beings. Nobody is now going to rely his hope on an individual. The system is going to work so that I don't need Dorcas to get me into Ghanaweb. Ghanaweb has a system, has a program if they're looking for jobs, if they're looking for, what do you call it, they have vacancy and they're looking for people to occupy. It goes straight to the system. And the system directs it to the job centers. Anybody can apply through there and go for interview. You see now, even police and other military, people are paying 200,000 Ghana cedi, 20,000 to get enlisted into all these offices. That is the beginning of corruption. So job, look, our roads are bad and we're talking about we don't have jobs. The gutters are dirty. We're talking about not having jobs. We're importing food, everything, every day. We're talking about not having jobs. We are bicycle, common bicycle. We don't have a company that can manufacture a bicycle in this country in the 21st century. That Ghanaians cannot even produce a bicycle, manufacture a bicycle. Isn't it a shame? So when you're talking about jobs, there are millions of jobs opportunities out there. But because we are not committed in building our country, and we're not dedicated in transforming our country, we keep crying there are no jobs.
And is it also because,
we are not training?
Those places are not attractive enough?
No. There is no place that is not attractive. You have to make it attractive. The avenues are there. You have to create it. Look, when I come, apprenticeship skills, I'm going to train every Ghanaian will go back and train the apprenticeship skills if you are not educated.
Only those who are not educated?
Everybody must be educated. Those who are educated have already their degrees. Those who are not educated will go through apprenticeship skills training. The Kayoyo themselves, the head pan, all of them are going to begin to train to become something. Those who want to be hairdressers will be trained to become hairdressers. Those who want to be masons will be trained to become masons. Those who want to be carpenters and everything. Everybody must have a skill to do something. Some brain, some intelligence to do something. That is what makes the city very vibrant. I will not employ you because you are at you. I will employ you because I need your services. People are in the system without any form of skill. Who is going to employ, even if you're a doctor, and we don't need you as a doctor, can I employ a doctor to be a cameraman? That is the problem of job creation. That is the problem of unemployment. We are not building and training our people to fit into the system. We are just educating in numbers. The numbers that cannot help us. The numbers that cannot grow our economy. The numbers that cannot build our country. So you have people studying arts and they finish school and nobody needs them. Because the services, what they were trained for, there's no vacancy for them. And that is why my national data system would change the curriculum of education. Okay? To make sure that we train what we need into the system. So I don't want to be president for 2 terms. Let me put it fair.
You don't want to be president for 2 terms?
My 4-year term will build the institutions, and anybody who comes to be president will be a ceremonial president. Too much of time is waste of.
Help me understand that. So you get into office for 4 years?
Yes.
And use that to build institutions?
Build everything.
Then what happens?
Then I'll go back and sit and look for the next position, which is to become the UN General Secretary.
Oh, you want to be UN?
I'm going up. I want to rule the world.
Okay.
I want to change the world. I want positions that will make me change the world. People have occupied positions, they are not changing the world. They're taking advantage of the world.
So even at the UN, you don't think they are changing the world?
They are
you
not.
Are the one.
They are not. You see what is happening in the whole world. You see poverty everywhere. You see crime everywhere. You see UN offices not being even performing. So when I become the UN, I'm going to build the whole world, Africa and the world, and bring them together and change the status quo of life.
Doc, let me just ask this. Now you have so many ideas, and I'm blown away. I'm just thinking through, why does it seem like you have so many ideas, but people are not buying into your ideas? And then, how about this? Why not, already they are taking your ideas, as you say. Why not just continue to do that?
Because they're not committed.
Ideas for.
They're not committed in building the country. So you need a committed leader with the ideas to start the foundation.
So even if you were just the one producing ideas for all the other
It would have been better. If I'm a consultant to government, the problem is being a consultant is different than implementing it. I can consult for you, but it's your power to implement it.
But would you consult, for instance, the current government? If the government came to you and said, consult for us on ideas.
If I'm not president, I would do that because I want to build this country.
Okay.
I'm not looking for power for business or political interests. I'm looking for power to transform.
But you worry that they don't?
They don't. Look, if I'm today a government consultant and I'm to sit with the president, I will fight with the president every day if he doesn't perform. I don't need power for anything.
You don't?
Power is given to you to change the lives of the people. So when you have absolute power, you cannot change the lives of people, then you don't need it. Look, African is so blessed, but not blessed with leaders.
Which a lot of people say.
But not blessed with leaders. The corruption in Africa, that is what we grow. We grow only corruption. In the market women are all corrupt. Most of the women are corrupt. Businessmen are corrupt. Politicians are corrupt. Stakeholders are all corrupt. When you talk about corruption, there's so many ways of corruption.
Look, you said more than once that we don't have leaders. We don't have leaders.
We have committed leaders.
Committed leaders.
Who build this country.
Many of the people who have stepped into these positions of leadership, many of them look like this. The talk, the ideas, they're beautiful. We loved them until they went in.
If they don't do it, you change them. You don't recycle them.
Are you sure you will not be changed by the system?
I'm not going to run for 4 years. I told you. I'm not looking for a second term to become president. It's a waste of my time. When you are committed in doing something and you do it right, you don't have to waste your time there. They want 8 years to do what? To be corrupt, to steal from you. But if we work hard, 8 years is too much to be holding one position. 8 years is too much to be sitting at one place. If you want to work, if you want to move, check around and see all those who have succeeded in life. They don't waste too much time in one place. They build structures, they build companies, and they move to the next company to build.
But with the way they
don't build one company and sit beside it every day. When they build this company and it's... Why is it that the private sector is doing so well than the public sector?
The government sector. Maybe you tell me.
It's too much corruption. Too much wastage.
But can you do that in 4 years?
People are not committed. Look, when I become president, most of government properties, I'm going to privatize them.
You privatize them?
Government properties, a lot of them.
So which ones will be government properties?
Taxes, where I have to... The institutions, the ministries.
That's all?
They will be the government institution to make sure that everything works perfectly.
And you can cause a change in 4 years?
It will happen in less than 4 years.
Less than?
Yes.
People have said they'll do things in 100 days and they don't do that.
Yeah, because they're not committed in doing. They are not people.
How about you being committed?
They are not Hassan Ayariga. They are not Hassan Ayariga.
How about you being committed? But there is already an established system.
If you allow me to answer some of your questions into details,
which I'll allow you.
Our people listening to us and watching us,
which I'll allow.
Will understand.
I just want us to also understand clearly all the things you're saying, so that there are no loopholes in there. Because I want our viewers as well to understand what it is you're trying to communicate.
Okay.
So just let me just allow you to go on for now. I'll come in with my next question then.
Yeah. You talk about committed people.
Yes.
You talk about committed leaders, and I tell you that they are not. They are corrupt leaders. They are using our country for business and mismanaging our economy and building their own castles and institutions and their own companies. Now, Ghana has a debt stock of 670 billion. We've gone 17 times to IMF. As of now, we've done haircuts and people are dying from it. As of now, we cannot pay interest on borrowing as it stands. Now, inflation has gone to the highest level. Are you with me? Tell me, these people you call their good managers, where were they when all these things were going around? I'm a businessman. All my life as a businessman, all my achievement as a businessman, I've never borrowed.
Never borrowed?
Never. Never borrowed. And you can go and check my records. you begin to understand that 670 billion as a businessman, if you go and borrow that amount and you cannot pay interest on it, what did you use the money for? Simple question. What did we use those monies for apart from stealing those money and putting in our pocket? Because there is nobody who invests 670 billion into a business and cannot pay interest. Not to talk of principal. Nobody. Even if it is just land I buy, I want to buy land and put it down. After 10 years, I'll be able to sell and pay the debt and have profit. Even common land, it will appreciate. This is what I'm trying to let you understand. If I use 670 billion and borrow from a bank for the next 10 years, my 670 billion dollars or cedi that I've borrowed and bought land will appreciate for me to pay the interest and pay the capital. Now tell me, Ghana, what do we use that money for? We can pay interest. Workers, salaries, we can't pay salaries as a nation. Now tell me, are we really moving forward? That institutions in these countries cannot work and pay their workers. All government institutions, government must borrow and pay workers. How can you have an institution that cannot pay its workers? And you still have that company. So clearly, there is something wrong. And what is that? It's leadership problem, it's corruption, mismanagement, and wastage. I have a policy called price guarantee system.
Doc, can I allow you to talk about that when we come back from the break?
Right.
And when we come back, I'll ask Doc about where he sees Ghana in the next decade and how some of these policies will tie into that. This is still Election Desk on Ghanaweb TV. Welcome back. I'm still an interview with Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Price guarantee and control system. That's one of your other policies.
Yeah, one of my policies.
How revolutionary is that one?
I have 67 unique policies.
67?
67 unique policies.
That's just about the age of Ghana.
Yes. And every policy is to help build this country. There won't be loopholes. Nobody will get away with anything. Corruption will be the thing of the past. Mismanagement will be the thing of the past. Monopoly. Monopoly is the price. To deal with monopoly, that is the reason for my price control and guarantee system. You see, initially I said that people in the markets are also corrupt. Corruption is not just about government officials. Many people are corrupt, but they don't even understand that they are corrupt. Now, this is how it works, the price control guarantee system. When you go to the market today, prices of goods will be, let's say, water will be 3 cedis. The next day you go, it's 3 cedis, 50%. The next day you go, it's 4 cedis.
No explanations.
It keeps increasing.
Yeah.
What is the basis for it? Who controls the prices of goods in this market? But because we say we have an open market and we do not produce and manufacture, prices of goods are being determined by traders and market men and women, thereby increasing the prices of commodities in the market, making the hardship more difficult for the Ghanaian people. Under my policy, you see, my policies are all linked up. Under the policy of production and manufacturing industrialization, we are going to produce everything in Ghana and determine the price and the cost of that product. So you don't bring anything in this country and increase the price the way you want it. There will be an institution which is called the price control and guarantee system that will monitor and sit with every item that is being imported into this country or produced into the country to determine the price of that product and make sure that that price is guaranteed.
And it won't matter where in this country.
It doesn't matter where it is.
So even if I was taking a product from Accra and
yes,
I'm in Tamale,
there is a price for it. They will value all that and determine the price. That the price of any commodity in Accra must be the same commodity in Baku. We have to regulate it and make sure that it is perfect everywhere so that we all enjoy same opportunities around the country. That is the duty of the government. The duty of the government is to make sure it serves its people diligently without being biased, without a disadvantage of your location, your geographical location, or your status.
Okay.
So the price guarantee and control system will regulate the prices of goods and services in the market. So nobody just get up in the day and says, today I'm selling my cloth for 10 Ghana cedis. Tomorrow you go to the market, you take your 1,000 cedis to the market and you cannot buy the same product. That is corruption when you manipulate the prices in order to make profit 200%. Look, go to the market. A 5 kilo bag of rice is sold higher than the value of it when it's imported into Ghana. What amount to that taxes or whatever it is, that the profit margin is 2 times the price of the product? When the one producing it is not even getting the kind of profit you're the one selling it. And we call it open market. There will be, but the open market will be determined by the production and manufacturing industries in this country. So all the policies that I'm telling you, I say I'm coming to build a nation, a country. I'm not coming to do business with my country. So I have unique policies, 67 of them, linked together that will hold this country and nobody ever can play with it. If you try it, the system will arrest you.
I see.
So you, for instance, if the police stop you, they just see that maybe your tail light is off. They just pick your telephone number, what's in there. And every policeman will have a car. 2 in a car or 1 in a car, depending on the geographical location. In deep places where there's so much crime, 2 in a police. And crime will be reduced to 0 because everybody's information is taken. Are you with me? So your tail light is on. The policeman will just key into his computer in the car, MR2516-2020, and your name will appear. And it will show who you are, where you are, even what you are doing, it will know. So everybody is going to be policed. So nobody cares about who you know. Nobody cares about who you know. Nobody cares who you are. The system is free and fair and transparent. And that is what I'm trying to build for our country. So my one term is to show you the way. When you misbehave, the system will deal with you, not me.
But let's look in the future now. I mean, you've mentioned how after 4 years of your presidency, you want to leave the country in a certain way. What would you consider your biggest legacy by the time your presidency, the presidency of a President Hassan Ayariga is over? What would be that one legacy that if you look back, you'd be so proud that you've been able to accomplish?
Leadership.
You love the subject of leadership.
Yes, because leadership entails everything.
Okay.
When you're a good father, your kids and children and wife, they're proud of you. When you're not a good father, your children will never be proud of you. I want to be that example of a good father to this country.
Okay.
That every son of mine, every daughter of mine will be proud that they have a father, they've had a father who has ruled this country. And they will forget any other president who has ever ruled this country. Because you see, it's like women. They believe in the moment. They don't believe in the past. Glory is in the moment. When you change things in the moment, people will forget all those who have come in the past. And this is my legacy.
You say in 10 years, Ghana would either be a country with you or without you.
No, you ask a question. How do I see Ghana in 10 years?
How do you see Ghana?
And I say, with me or without me?
But how do you see Ghana?
Okay, I'll answer with me and I'll answer without me.
Tell me.
In this next election, 2024, in the next 4 months, there are 2 things that are going to happen. I'm being sincere with you in all my presentation and interview. If President Mahama wins the elections, the country will become more difficult. The hardship will increase. If Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia wins, the country will become disastrous.
Those are extremes.
Yes. Good. If Hassan Ayariga wins, the country will transform and change. And blessings and new leadership style. And the economy will grow and boom. Reasons. Number one, President Mahama. Former President Mahama has been president before. The whole world has seen him. Right now, the economy is so bad that if he inherits the economy, it will be very difficult for him to change this economy in 4 years. So if he doesn't take time, the situation of this economy will make him fail. And it will make him fail. It will be difficult for him to resurrect this economy. It's going to be very difficult, I tell you, whether he hears or not. Because the economy now, there's nothing about the country that is good to inherit as a former president. As a former president. Listen very well, as a former president. Because why? One, as a former president, it's no news to any Ghanaian saying President Mahama is president again. It will not bring any anxiety, any joy, any happiness, any investors coming from all angles to say, oh, President Mahama is president, let's go and support him, let's do this. They have seen President Mahama before. They have seen the NDC before. They've seen their track record. It will not be news to any businessman or foreigners out there or the stakeholders who believe in Ghana to see any change in the former president. They will just say, okay, a new leadership has come. So they will still back off with all their investments. Other stakeholders, like international organizations and stakeholders, are not coming to reinvest in Ghana because President Mahama is president. They won't do that. They will not.
They're confident about this.
Very, and I'm telling you. Now, the second one, Bawumia. Bawumia being president is like, it's going to be disastrous. Huge, more problems. I mean, we're already in the ditch. It's just like a rat in the hole. What do you think is going to do? It's just going to keep digging. Okay? Because the corruption is high. If they did not respect President Akufo-Addo to stop corruption, who is Bawumia? Bawumia being president is not going to bring new thing to Ghana. No new investment is coming. It's just going to be muddy. Okay? He's now going to start. Look, because if there's something that Bawumia can do to show that he'll be a better president, he would have been doing it now.
But he says he's vice president.
It doesn't matter.
He's a driver's mate.
You and I, when you're in the house, the wife, if the house is good, it's between the man and the husband. When the children perform, it's not between the husband alone who makes the kids perform. The wife has a role to play in the upbringing of the children. The husband has a role to play in making sure that everybody is satisfied. This is the role of the two. So one cannot blame the other one if the kids are not in perfect condition. So Bawumia cannot run away from Bawumia will take glory in digitalization and said he did this, he did that, he did this. He's going around telling people he has that, but he's not taking glory in the distractions or failure in the destruction of this country. He's talking about increasing, when he comes, he'll cut down e-levy. I hear him say he's going to give mobile phones credit on all that. He's still president. If he doesn't know, let me remind him. When I check my watch, we are still in 2024 August. And Bawumia, 16th of August, and Bawumia is still the vice president of Ghana. So you want to change the world, change it now, and let's see that we are confident that you are going to do it. Your leadership now should tell us that you are, whether you are vice president or you are driver's mate or whatever, it should show in your leadership. But when you are running away from your position, clearly it's an indication of failure Bawumia is running from and pushing the blame to his boss, Akufo-Addo, and exonerating himself from the mess. To tell Ghanaians, I am not the one who caused the mess. He's betraying his own party. For me, it's a betrayal. Bawumia is betraying the MPP and Akufo-Addo. with this statement of I am a driver's mate. It's a betrayal.
Doc, have you picked your form?
Now,
have you picked your?
Let me finish.
Have you picked your form? Just so we can.
Yeah, I picked my form.
You picked your form?
Yes, I picked my form.
Okay.
I've started endorsing. I'm almost done. I think the next 3 days I'll be done with endorsing my forms.
Okay.
My forms. Now, let's go back to Hassan Ayariga. If Hassan Ayariga becomes the next president of the Republic of Ghana, first of all, it's going to be news. Number one. The whole world is going to be news. Hassan Ayariga is the new president of the Republic of Ghana. A third party has emerged. It shows confidence and hope to the world and to society and to the Ghanaian people that yes, of course, a new dawn has come. It gives a lot of excitement and excitement that Ghanaians people will now run back to Ghana to want to invest and see how are they going to support the new Ayariga and his government. What is Ayariga bringing on board? The people in the world, the stakeholders, are now going to have confidence in the new government and say, look, let's support Hassan Ayariga and see what he's also bringing on board. Because this is something new in Ghana. And anything that is new has the attention of people and the support of people. And the hope that is lost in these young men and women, the confidence that is no more, that Ghana is in a ditch, will begin to see limelight and light. And you, as media men, will now begin to listen and hear what is Ayariga bringing on board. You are excited every day to see the policies to run. This is the future.
Okay.
Hassan Ayariga is the future. Without me, it's a mess.
I have some figures here. In 2012, when you contested on the ticket of the PNC, you polled 0.22%. That's 24,000 and a little over that of the total votes cast. So in 2016, you did not contest.
That was when they disqualified me.
Okay, but on the ticket of the APC in 2020,
yes,
you polled 0.05, so 0.054%. That's 7,138. How many votes are you looking to get in
this is when I formed the party. This is the first beginning of the party.
But this year, it's a stronger party.
This year is a different year altogether.
What are your numbers? What's your prediction?
This year, I can predict, all things being equal, when given the equal platform and opportunity, there will be victory for Hassan Ayariga.
What's the number? Can you give us a figure?
I cannot tell you, but the victory means 50 plus 1.
50 plus 1?
Yes.
All right.
If our votes are not stolen, usually we lose a lot of votes through polling station and transmission. They change our votes. In 2020, I'm giving you an example, 3 examples. My own driver, who voted for me in a particular community here in Domi, stood there and voted for me. When they counted, they gave me 0. In Swami, I went to Swami and campaigned, and the people in Swami told me they were going to vote for me. They actually did. They gave me 424 votes. When they counted, they gave me 24. When my parliamentary candidate was standing there and insisted, they told him that what is Ayariga going to do with 400 votes? And they wrote 24 for me.
So they took the 400?
They took away the 400 off. So that is why we are talking about transparency at the police stations, and government should be able to make sure that every political party is given resources to bring their police station executive.
Doc, I want to thank you. I want
Don't
to thank
thank me.
you. I want to thank you because we've run out of time, and I really appreciate that we could have spoken more.
I told you 3 people. I'm giving you the third evidence. So if you don't allow me,
okay, just quickly, maybe 30 seconds, just quickly.
The third one,
yes,
a pharmacist. I went to buy medicine from him. I entered his shop. He stood up and greeted me. I said, Ayariga, I love you. I listen to you all the time. You are one best leader that if Ghana has. We are gone. But let me be very sincere with you. My wife and I and my children went to the polls and we voted for you. Even if my wife didn't vote for you, I voted personally for you. I'm not an illiterate. I voted for you. But when they counted that, you got 0. This country, the corruption, is not generally at the government, even at the police station, there's corruption.
And you're hoping to change all
So
of
I
that.
am begging you, get police stations so that your results will be counted. If not, you will get the votes, but it will not be counted.
Doc, I want to thank you very much, and thank you for your time. This has been our interview with Dr. Hassan Ayariga of the APC. Very, very enlightening. A lot of policies that he's hoping to use to change and turn around the fortunes of this country. My name is Etsey Atisu. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look for Ghanaweb TV. Subscribe, like, and click on the notification button so that you're notified anytime we have any new videos. Until another time, be safe.